What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lineman Football, and today's video is going to be really interesting. It's the first tip video I made in a while, and that's because if you guys follow, I've been doing a podcast every week with NFL, CFL, XFL, NCAA, trainers, coaches, like scouts, anyone you could think of. I have been recording these podcasts called Trench Talk, where every week I interview them, we talk about their career, they give advice, and we can try and figure out what they're all doing that makes them so successful. Now, I've wanted to make this video for a long time about 10 tips to become a better lineman, but the reality is I didn't play super high levels of football, and that's on me. So I can't give that advice. I just didn't have that level of expertise. But by sitting down and talking to all these guys, I've been able to compile all the information across them and try and figure out patterns and trends between them that I could tell to you guys. So today's video is going to be the top 10 tips to become a better lineman. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first one is going to be about linemen in the NFL and NCAA and stuff, and you can actually see the linemen are transforming the way that they play the game, specifically their bodies as well. So if you look at guys like Kyle Long, if you look at guys like Chris Long on the D-line, if you look at guys like Anthony Costanzo, you're noticing that these guys are not massive bodies anymore. They're long, they're tall, they have long arms. Sure, you still have your Taylor Lewans, your Quentin Nelsons, your Jason Peters, right? Big guys that have a lot of power behind them. But you're also starting to see more guys become more athletic in different ways. So what I'm going to say is it's time to stop focusing as much about weighing the most, and it's time to start focusing about being the strongest, being the most powerful. So I'm saying don't focus on weight, focus on your muscle. Right? You don't have to be 330 pounds. In fact, I know a guy that was 280 pounds in fantastic shape. For the next level, he was told he needed to gain weight, right? He was 6'6", so he went up to 330 pounds. What's the first thing that happened? He got a lot of back injuries because he put on so much weight so fast, and it ruined a lot of opportunities for him. So it's important to focus on muscle, focus on proper fundamentals, and getting your body in great shape, not just weighing the most. Okay, so the next one is going to be what I call passive education or passive listening. If you searched top 10 tips for becoming a better lineman to watch this video, you're an active listener. You're actively looking for education about things. However, if you're just a subscriber of mine, this would be a passive education in my perspective, meaning that these are things that you've just set up for yourself that you're seeing every day, but not always thinking about in the back of your head, like, I got to become a better lineman. It's just things that every day you're absorbing a little bit of information and you're learning more because of it. Now, there's a bunch of different passive resources that I do think you should be subscribing to and following. O-Line Performance, LaCharles Bentley, right? That he owns, both of them depending on the accounts you follow. He posts tons of great informational videos on flexibility, on creating the perfect lineman body. He works with NFL linemen constantly. He's one of the best resources possible. There's obviously others you can find out there. Another great one to, passively watch would be me. I spend a lot of time and I put a lot of time into creating resources for people to help put them in better positions as linemen. Like I said, podcasts, interviews, just talking to them and seeing what else I can learn, creating different products, workout programs and stuff to help make you guys better. So you need to start incorporating these different kind of lineman specific resources into your daily social media. And that way, by the time the season starts, you have so much more information that you didn't just sit down all in one day and just cram in. Now don't worry, another tip is coming soon, but before we get into that, I do want to tell you guys about the Lineman Football Shop. Now that is my shop on Teespring right now. It'll be linked in the description down below. That is where you can get all your official lineman related merchandise. I have shirts, I have tank tops, pullovers, hoodies, long sleeves, cotton face masks. I have everything you would need to show off and be proud that you're a lineman. I have a new designer on board, which means we're getting more designs, more styles, more colorways, everything you could think of, we're trying to get in there. Canvas prints, posters, backpacks. It's all coming very soon. Now, because you are here, you did watch this video, if you use code GETBETTER, again, it'll be in the description down below, you get 20% off your entire order. So, like I said, go ahead, go follow the teespring.com/linemanfootballshop. Use code GETBETTER for 20% off your next order. Thanks, guys. Okay, the next one, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be really tough because I've tried doing it and it's incredibly difficult to do consistently. And that's gonna be when you are watching football, watch the lineman, not the ball carrier. In football, it's super easy, right? You see someone, they get the ball, the action starts, they go that way. I get it. And it's really easy to follow that. But it's time to start thinking about football as an education tool and not as much about entertainment when you're watching NFL, you're watching NCAA. You need to start watching what guys in your position do against certain things. So it would be great if you were a center to watch different centers go up against different guys, right? How do they handle a small, high leverage guy like Aaron Donald versus how does a center handle a very large body like a Vince Wilfork? You need to start looking at how they're handling these different types to set yourself up for these situations in the future. Same thing. How are guys handling big ends like a Jadeveon Clowney versus a Von Miller, right? You need to start looking at these situations and seeing how they handle. On the opposite side, right? If you are a Jadeveon Clowney type guy, how is he handling himself when he was going against Anthony Costanzo versus when he's going against Taylor Lewan on the Titans? Two completely different body types playing at the same position. You need to start looking at these patterns and seeing what they're doing against each other. Okay, now the next one is going to be, you need to start taking care of your body. Now it links back to the one about maintaining a good weight. And it's not just about eating the most food, or in fact, it's not even about always eating the healthiest of healthy of clean food. You can eat a cheeseburger that has veggies and tomatoes and lots of good ingredients and a whole wheat bun and really good quality ground beef. There's still ways that you can eat super healthy while still eating those fan favorite foods. So I'm saying it's time to start taking care of your body, eating healthy, getting good sleep, and doing these things that will get you in a good position for when you're on the field. Now, again, going back into it, we're taking care of our body now, right? We're eating healthy, we're getting sleep. Now it's time to start taking the time before and after practice more seriously, and I'm talking about serious rehab. Now, if you look at guys like LeBron James, Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, these were all guys in their specific fields that changed the game and the way that their longevity of their careers because of the amount of time and money they put into taking care of their body. Now imagine a LeBron James type guy, 6'8", 6'7", 6'6", whatever it is, at 270 pounds. Okay, now make him at 330 pounds and think about the amount of stress on those bones and joints and muscles and everything in the body that you're being put under, right? So if you're bigger especially, you need to make sure you're doing everything possible to keep your body in tip-top shape because you're putting it under so much stress every single day. Now I'm talking about cold tubs, I'm talking about massage, chiropractor. Now I know that chiropractor and massage, they're expensive, you can't do them every day, right? But you can buy a foam roller to help mimic the effects of a massage. These are things that everyone should be doing, and again, you should be actively educating yourself on these. All right, now let's talk lineman workouts. So you could go on YouTube and find 30, 40, 50 at-home workouts right now. I'm not disputing that, but the thing is, you need to start doing lineman-specific stuff. Now, it could be my lineman at-home workout, but I don't even know as much as some other people about stuff. I follow 60 Strength on Instagram. They're a lineman training company out of Colorado, I think Denver. He's a super cool guy. Follow him and learn these workouts and build it so you're doing workouts that aren't for shredding or they're not for bulking. They're for gaining power, agility, speed, quick hands, all these different things you need as a lineman that you should start learning. Okay, now I want to talk about, we don't have a ton of money, right? No one has a ton of money at this point. So you need to start spending your money in smarter ways. So what I'm talking about is a lot of people will not want to get a personal trainer because they're like, oh, it's $100 a session, right? I can't afford to do $100 a session. It's just too much money. And I get that. But the next day they will go to GNC. They will spend $100 on a tub of whey protein, another $20 on pre-workout, another $40, $45 on a thing of creatine, right? Get all these supplements. They have a subscription to Alpha Brain, all these different things. You could pay $100 or something for 1 or 2 personal training sessions just to help correct your form or just to teach you one certain thing that'll be super useful, okay? So if you're watching LaCharles Bentley, you're taking his workouts, you put a nice workout together, right? You have all these different things. You go to the gym, you're doing it at home, and you can't even tell how off your form is because there's no one watching you and seeing what you're doing. You need someone objective. So I think it is more effective to skip a month of whey protein and just buy some burgers or whatever you're gonna do to get the same amount of calories and protein, right? Put it towards a trainer that will help correct your form, fix all these little minute issues, and put you in a better spot. I promise it is more worth in the long run. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about on the field. Everyone has those coaches that they don't like, that they're not very good at football. Everyone has had those where it's just a kid's parent that comes out because he played O-line or D-line years ago, right? And there's so much that's changed and you don't want to listen to them, and I get that. But at the same time, you need to start listening and becoming a coachable person. Because the reality is, at the next level, they want guys that are coachable. I had a guy on the podcast, right? He said that coaches, Nick Saban and other coaches will come to him and say, they can see all the on-field stuff, right? They can see, yeah, he's an athlete, he's quick feet, all these different things, big, fast, all that. So the only thing that they ask the coach is, what's he like? Is he nice? Is he a good teammate? Is he coachable? These things matter. You can't just get by on pure athleticism and being good at the game. You need to be someone that's good in the locker room and is not a headache for the coaches. Okay, so like I talked about earlier, body types are changing, right? People are becoming more versatile and moving different positions. When you're looking at the O-line specifically, you're seeing a lot more option college offenses that are going into the NFL, right? With Lincoln Riley, Kyler Murray, all these different guys, Sean McVay, that are starting to incorporate more of these college fast systems into the game. What we're seeing is more zone blocking styles that are giving the athletic running backs more chances to make plays. What that means is that O-line specifically need to be able to be athletes in those same positions. So now you're at the point where you need to start looking at yourself as less of an O-lineman and more as an athlete, if that makes sense. I'll use a simple example, okay? So I don't think I know a guy that went from high school to college to the NFL, CFL, wherever he went to, and stayed the exact same position all the way through. The reality is guys change, guys move. You need to make sure that you're an athlete so they can move you where they need you most. You could be an O lineman that they find is athletic, they move to D lineman, right? You're not getting a ton of reps on D-line, but you're still getting in that work every day. And then an O-lineman gets hurt. He goes down. Who do they call on? They know you're athletic. They know you have that muscle memory. They bring you back in the O-line. You start, you're in the NFL. That's Matt Skura, the center for the Ravens. He had those kind of back and forth where they're moving you from position to position. It happens. You need to make sure you're becoming an athlete and not just a lineman. It is bigger than being a lineman in football. All right, we got one bonus tip for you guys, and that's follow Lineman Football on Instagram. Of course, I'm going to promote myself, and the reason is I want to do everything in my power to set up guys to become better linemen in every part of their life. I want to make sure they're set up for the future after football. They're thinking about these decisions they're making, how it's going to affect their life after football. They're making good decisions as far as their body and their health. They're learning about the position, not just about weight and workouts, but the education and the film side. I love all these parts of the game, and I want to make sure you guys have all these resources at your fingertips. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram. There you guys go. There are 11 different ways that you can become a better lineman starting today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, if you did like this video, give me one of those.